Welcome back to LTV News. It's March 10th, 2025, and we're coming to you from LaSalle University, right here in the heart of Philadelphia. Whether you're relaxing after a weekend of fun or ready to kick off a busy week, we've got you covered with from campus and beyond. Stay tuned for the most exciting events and inspiring stories that showcase our LaSallian spirit.
And for all the latest updates beyond campus, we've got some Philly-centric stories coming your way. We'll also bring you exciting updates from across the globe. Stay with us for more stories that matter to our community and beyond.
From the LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney to Philadelphia and beyond. My name is Mike Adretis, and I'm excited to be back for another episode of LTV News as your co-host. It's exciting to report all the latest from LaSalle, Philly, and the world. I can't wait to dive into these stories and updates that we have lined up for you.
And I'm Peter Rapp, and no, this isn't exploring politics. You're watching LTV News, LaSalle's go-to source for all things LaSalle, Philadelphia, and the world. We've got a lot to cover in the next half hour, so please stick around for some stories you don't want to miss. Let's jump right in.
Ayken Bedel, a graduate student from Ankara, Turkey, is embracing new challenges at LaSalle University as she pursues a master's degree in professional clinical counseling. As the only international student in her department, she chose LaSalle for its multicultural focus and strong support system. Bedel first came to the U.S. through an exchange program, living in South New Jersey before making Philadelphia her academic home. She values her coursework, including Counseling Lab 1, which gave her hands-on experience in therapy sessions. As a commuter student, she enjoys Philadelphia's diversity and looks forward to spending more time on campus. Her message to other international students: trust yourself, embrace opportunities, and connect with others to make the most of the experience.
And now a story of resilience and compassion. Marcy Shankweiler, a LaSalle grad from the class of 1990, turned a personal tragedy into a lifeline for families battling cancer. After losing her husband, Peter Bossow Jr., to testicular cancer, Marcy founded For Pete's Sake Cancer Respite Organization. The organization offers 6-day getaways to families impacted by cancer, providing moments of peace and connection at Woodloch Pines Resort in Pennsylvania. Now, as the foundation nears its 25th anniversary, Marcy announces a major milestone: the opening of the nation's first cancer respite center in 2026. This honors Pete's dream to bring hope and healing to those in need, a powerful reminder that love and service can truly transform lives.
Marissa Castro, a junior at LaSalle University, is embracing a new path in marketing and media. Starting as a nursing major, Castro realized her passion was in business, leading her to pursue a marketing degree with a media skills minor. Her journey led to an internship at Communication Solutions Group, a woman-owned public relations and marketing agency. She discovered the opportunity at LaSalle's networking night, where she connected with industry professionals. Now, she works on content creation and media projects for various clients. Castro also manages social media for LaSalle's dance team while continuing her own dance career. Her advice to students: take advantage of opportunities and step outside of your comfort zone.
Fran Dunphy, the legendary head coach of LaSalle's men's basketball team, has announced retirement at the end of the 24-25 season. Dunphy is the all-time winningest coach in Philadelphia's Big Five history. He will transition into a special advisory role with the university. A national search for his predecessor is underway. The university's honored Dunphy during the Explorers matchup against the Duquesne on February 26th. Dunphy's career spanned 3 decades with stints at Penn, Temple, and LaSalle, amassing over 600 wins and 17 NCAA tournament appearances. This past Saturday, Governor Josh Shapiro recognized Dunphy at LaSalle's game, commending his impact on Philadelphia basketball. Dunphy will remain, as I had said, in an integral role of LaSalle University's coaching staff, continuing to serve and guide the university he calls home.
Well, that's a wrap on LaSalle News. Stay with us through this break to hear what's going on in the city of Philadelphia.
Everyone has a community, a neighborhood, school, kids' teams, where you worship, work out, or any other place or group where you choose to belong. Communities can provide support when you need it, and even when you don't know you do. Like when it comes to preventing underage drinking and other substance use, community members can be your eyes and ears when you're not with your kids and alert you to signs of potential problems. Learn more at talktheyhearyou.samhsa.gov.
We live in a country that incarcerates its own people more than any other nation in the world.
The individual can age out of crime. He or she, 9 times out of 10, is no longer thinking like he or she once thought when they were 18. This is a good time to have a second look for everyone. We have 50 years of data that proves to us emphatically that the old way of doing things no longer works.
I was the lead gunner of the convoy that we had. While I was suppressing fire, I felt a flick on my upper biceps area. Right after my recovery, I had to find myself again and see what else I could do to continue my selfless service. Having an organization like the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, putting me back into working with wounded troops helped me to process my injury. I'm Sergeant Mary Herrera, and my alive date was November 8th, 2003.
For more information, visit saluteheroes.org.
80% of Americans accused of a crime will get appointed a public defender.
We're the front line of defending people's constitutional rights.
For every dollar we spend on public defenders, we spend $3 on prosecutors.
The entire apparatus of the state is behind the prosecution.
Gideon's Promise trains, mentors, and supports public defenders.
It's changed the face of public defense.
It gives me that sense of I'm not doing this by myself.
It's fueled me to continue on in this fight.
Welcome back to LTV News. Philadelphia holds a number of small businesses that are in the heart of communities. One of these is a bookstore in Chestnut Hill. LaSalle TV reporter Jack Wagner takes us to Book to explore their unique book community.
There's just something magical and special, and shop around the corner, growing up loving that. You know, there's something about being able to share stories with people. We are rife with readers in this community, and an independent bookshop is something they've always had. So the fact that we didn't have one for so long was kind of a tragedy. But we have this here now, and people are still discovering it and loving it.
I don't know, everyone's in here for a common thing, and it's nice. You can take a lot from books no matter what you read. We live in the area, so we're here somewhat frequently. I haven't finished a book in a while, but we like to come in with our kids too and let them in the kids section. Yeah, it's just a good atmosphere.
It's taken me a while too, because it's like
every time I'm in, people seem to be in really good mood, looking for new ways to understand themselves, new ways to understand each other. They're celebrating their curiosity, and I think that's amazing.
Yeah, it's an old title, Mom, that you're waiting for. I'm just so proud of it. We just celebrated 3 years last week. We have new people coming in all the time, which is lovely. We have authors coming in all the time, and so it's an incredible thing to have a dream realized, and it couldn't be better.
If you'd like to visit or learn more about books, visit their website at bookch.com.
Saquon Barkley returned to his hometown of Allentown, Pennsylvania for a special celebration honoring his successes on and off the field. Sunday was declared Saquon Barkley Day as the Eagles star and Super Bowl champion was welcomed back by his family, friends, and fans. Barkley took part in events aimed at supporting his foundation, which works to give back to the youth in his community. The homecoming was filled with smiles, cheers, and gratitude as Barkley shared his appreciation for the city that shaped him. He hopes to continue making a difference for young athletes and students looking to follow in his footsteps.
A 4-year-old husky named Kobe is being hailed as a hero after discovering a gas leak under his Philadelphia home. His owner, Chanel Bell, noticed Kobe digging a hole in the yard, something he never did before. At first, she didn't think much of it, but when he dug the same hole days later, she decided to investigate. Using a gas detector device, she found a leak and quickly called Philadelphia Gas Works, which repaired the line. Kobe's story went viral, catching the attention of PETA, which honored him with an Heroic Dog Award. Inspired by the event, Bell wrote a children's book titled The Dog That Saved the Block Before Christmas, reminding pet owners to always pay attention to their animals.
Now, our reporters found another unique community in Philadelphia. This one's speaking to photographers. LaSalle TV reporter Angela Lazzaro visited a volunteer-led nonprofit in Kensington that found works to support those people behind the camera lens through workshops and galleries. Let's take a look at the Halide Project.
When I moved to Philly, it was not the most hospitable environment for darkroom photography. I had been looking around for artist residencies that either were photography darkroom based or had a darkroom, and I wasn't finding a lot. We thought, oh, a good way to start would be start locally and start this organization, kind of fill that void in the city. We are a completely volunteer-run organization, and Halide wouldn't be here today without the extreme amount of dedication that people have given to it. We're really grateful for everyone who's been involved in every aspect.
What I really like about Halide is that it is really welcoming and that it is community run. People are taking their time out of their jobs and their busy lives to make this place possible, and I don't know, I think that's a really special thing.
We have a really great darkroom that serves both our membership, who can print there, and then also our workshop participants. We started a speaker series, an online speaker series. And so we've kind of developed not just a local community, we're able to also engage our global community, which is great.
It's kind of hard to find opportunities to meet people who are in the very specific community of photography. So it was sort of the main reason that I signed up to be a volunteer, was to be able to meet people.
If people want to come see the show, if they're able, opening is kind of the best opportunity to see it. It is also just a legitimate art form. So to be able to support the people who are doing it and promote it as an art form is very important.
Thanks, Ange. To learn more about this space, visit their website at halideproject.com or their Instagram at halideproject.
Maurice Blake, a public safety officer at St. Joseph University, has become an official campus ambassador. Located at the 54th Street entrance, Blake greets students and staff with a smile and a good morning, and sometimes a have a nice weekend. He's the first and last person many see on campus. His positive interactions have earned him numerous compliments through text, emails, and phone calls. Director of Public Safety Arthur Grover praises Blake, saying he embodies the spirit of St. Joe's University and leaves a wonderful impression. Blake, who is humbled by the kind words, says being kind comes naturally. He even receives food and coffee from students and staff. His love for his job and passion for people make him a beloved figure on and off campus.
The 6th annual Haddonfield Restaurant Week is in full swing in Haddonfield, New Jersey. Restaurants, diners, and breweries are offering specials and pri-fi menus. Participating eateries include the Bistro at Haddonfield, offering breakfast under $12 with endless coffee. Cross Culture is serving a 3-course dinner for $40, and No Palito is providing an $18 lunch with soup, salad, entree, and a drink. Gas and Main features a 3-course lunch and dinner menu. Other restaurants such as Miramonte, Pizza, and Tres Famiglia are also taking part. Don't miss out on these tasty deals.
The Girl Scouts of Eastern Pennsylvania are calling any girl bosses to learn leadership skills and become the leaders of tomorrow in Philadelphia. Magoni Thomas, a Girl Scout like her mother and grandmother, is one of the many participants in the Calling All Girl Bosses program. This program encourages girls to identify community issues and develop take-action projects to solve them. The Power of Mentors workshop recently took place at the Old Pine Community Center, where female mentors from PICO, Exelon, Mayo Clinic, and more shared their wisdom. The program is open to girls in grades 6 to 12 who live or attend school in Philadelphia, and registration begins in the fall.
A New Zealand military chaplain recently reunited a fallen airman's war medals with his family after a lucky find in Perth. William O'Shea died during an RAF bombing raid over Hamburg in 1942, and his medals were lost in 1990. Royal Australian Air Force chaplain Hayden Lee brought the medals at auction, noticing a missing clasp and determined to restore them. After obtaining the missing clasp and contacting New Zealand authorities, Lee located the O'Shea's grandniece, Karen Curtis. She had tried to replace the medals after they had disappeared, and now Shea and her family are reconnecting with a piece of their family history. Curtis says her family is still in awe of the selfless gesture.
Meet Jack Dawson, a 10-year-old paramedic who is teaching adults life-saving procedures as a mini-medic. Jack's interest in becoming a paramedic began at the age of 2 when he rode in his grandfather's ambulance. By age 3, he was already performing CPR on his teddies. His parents quickly taught him first aid, and Jack mastered CPR, recovery position, and defibrillator usage. At 7 years old, he began leading workshops, helping people learn CPR and how to use defibrillators. Jack patrols his town, ensuring public defibrillators are functioning properly. His motto, "If I could save a life, then you can." Jack teaches throughout presentations to groups of up to 100 people and posts medical tutorials online. Now a finalist for the Children of Courage Birmingham Awards, Jack looks forward to a future as a paramedic.
Now we are going to go to a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got more stories coming your way right after this short break.
Oh, hi. I suppose you're wondering what an A-list celebrity like me is doing in a place like this. You must know, I'm saving the world. Oh, hi, Beth. Yep, saving the world again. Did you know that 40% of all the food produced in the United States is thrown away? That means everything that went into that food, the pesticides, the water, the land, was all for nothing. Just look at this perfectly good food thrown in the trash. The pizza with extra Cheerios, these goldfish and Band-Aid tacos. And just look at this perfect trash burger. This pasta dog looks delicious.
You don't have to dumpster dive like Ed Begley Jr. to save the planet. Fight food waste by shopping smart and using what you buy before it gets trashed.
That's way better. Ooh, arugula.
Do your part and find out other world-saving tips at betterthaned.org.
Well, I'm looking good. Thank you. Just became a real ID. What's the plan? Impromptu road trip? Actually, the plan is to fly to New York for today's product launch, and then visit the family in California, and cap it off with a girls' weekend in New Orleans. You really can just do all that. Sure, I'm a real ID, so I'm good to board any domestic flight. Speaking of which, gotta fly. Nice, enjoy, I'll be here.
Be your Real ID self today. To learn how, visit tsa.gov/realid or your local DMV.
What makes essential workers essential?
We keep where you work and live clean and safe.
We harvest fresh produce for your families to eat.
We help you heal when you're sick. Essential workers help our nation run. You're in every corner of our country and come from all over the globe. I'm Marty Walsh. The Wage and Hour Division at the Department of Labor helps ensure you receive the essential protections you deserve. Visit our website or call 866-4US-WAGE.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Labor.
Welcome back to LTV News. Firefly Aerospace made history with the successful landing of their Blue Ghost lunar spacecraft on March 2nd, 2025. This was the first time a private company achieved a successful lunar landing. Using solar-powered batteries, Blue Ghost took 45 days to reach the moon after being launched by SpaceX. The lander touched down on Mare Crisium and captured HD footage of the descent, providing the first ever high-definition video from the moon. The lander also delivered science and technology instruments, including a drill, to measure the moon's temperature. This landing was part of NASA's Commercial Lunar Payload Services initiative, signifying a milestone in space exploration.
A new study has identified a gene linked to obesity in both dogs and humans. Researchers at Cambridge University studied Labrador retrievers and found the gene DEN1B, which affects the brain's energy regulation pathway, leading to higher appetite and weight gain. The study also revealed that dogs with a high genetic risk of obesity showed more interest in food. Similarly, humans with high genetic risk face higher and greater challenges in maintaining a healthy weight. However, a strict diet and exercise can still prevent obesity. The research highlights the similarities between dogs and humans in how obesity develops and emphasizes the importance of a controlled diet and exercise regime.
When a beloved 91-year-old regular at a Minnesota Burger King passed away, the staff honored him in a heartfelt way. Jerry Parkin, who had met friends every morning for coffee at the restaurant, was so loved by the staff that he even requested his chair be engraved with his name and dates of birth and death. The corporate headquarters approved the request, and the staff, arriving in uniforms, attended Parkin's funeral with the chair in hand. The employees, who had always prepared his order in advance and saw him as family, felt a deep connection with Parkin. His last meal at Burger King was chicken nuggets, a milkshake, and a cookie.
After wildfires devastated several communities in California, Steve Carell delivered a special surprise to high school seniors affected by the blaze. In a video message, the A-list actor informed students that a nonprofit he has worked with, the Alice Kids, would be paying for all their prom tickets. The charity, based in Virginia, wanted to lift the spirits of the students who had lost their homes in the fire. By alleviating the cost of prom tickets and providing them with a much-needed celebration, the donation of $175,000 from Alice's Kids will send 800 students to prom across 6 high schools in Altadena, California. The gift brought much joy to the students and staff, who were grateful for the support.
Well, that's all for today's episode of LTV News. I'm Mike Adradis, and we're so grateful to have you starting the year with us. Thank you for tuning in and joining us on this journey. Stay tuned for more stories that matter to our community. Until next time, take care.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of LTV News. I'm Peter Rapp, and it's been great having you with us. Be sure to join us next time for more key stories from our campus, community, and city. And until then, please stay safe.
Thank you.